Good morning everyone and welcome to another video. I'm Emma. If you're new to this channel, I'm an illustrator from Sheffield. I run my own small business from home called Emma's and Ink, and this channel is my life, my business and everything in between. Today is Monday. It is August, my birthday month. I'm aiming to get to 500 subscribers by my birthday at the end of August. So if you're watching this and you want to either help me or you like the channel, ideally both, head to the subscribe button and give that a click and you'll be helping me reach my goal. But today is a business day. I got some cards recently, like over the weekend I got some cards delivered and I'm dead chuffed with them. Let me show you. Pay no attention to my messy desk, but this is them. So they're Only Fools and Horses inspired greetings cards. I've already got one with Trigger, which says Happy Birthday Dave. And this is Rodney, and his phrase was Cosmic, Cos bloody Mick. And Del Boy, who was lovely jubbly. Thought they'd be good for like congratulations cards, birthday cards, anything where you need to celebrate, but in a vintage TV kind of way. So today what we need to do is envelope these up, hopefully take some product shots, hopefully get them on the website, and then at some point I will need to go and collect my car, which is in the garage getting its MOT. But let's get started enveloping those up. The next job I've got to do, rather than putting those on the website just yet, I just need to write a few invoices. I'm self-employed, as you know, I've just said. I'm self-employed, and I also do a few jobs for other self-employed businesses. So the shop that I work at, the Sheffield Makers Winter Garden Shop, I do a bit of social media for them. So when I'm in staffing the shop, you know, I take photos of the products that they've got and I post them to their Instagram. So I need to invoice them for that because that is a bit of paid work. And I also help to keep their website looking shipshape, and I write their newsletters. It's all stuff related to my business because it's a shop that I staff and it's a shop that I stock, and some of the things that I talk about are my things. So yeah, I just need to write some invoices because it's the first of the month and they will pay me hopefully very soon, and then I might be able to afford to pay Andy back for paying for my MOT. More on that later. So I'm going to keep one of these out of each design. Motorbike. I'm going to keep one of each of these designs out, so these. I'm going to put some in a box ready for when I go to the Sheffield Makers Winter Garden Shop. Oh, in fact, I need to email and ask Kate to put those on the website, so I'll add that to my list. 1 second. And then the rest are going to go out. They're not going to go out, they're going to go in the stock room, so maybe I'll 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. maybe I'll take 10 of each design to the Winter Gardens Sheffield Makers shop. And the rest can just go in my box ready for markets. That's reminded me, some can also go into my market box, because if you watched last week's video you'll know that last week we put together a market box, because usually when I do markets I fill a box full of all my stock that I'm going to take, and then at the end of the market I bring it all back upstairs and I put it all back in my stock room, but it's just a massive waste of time. So they're easier to handle. I bought 2 smaller ones which are half the size of the big one that I used to use. So they're a lot easier to use, and I'm going to keep a small selection of each of my cards in those market boxes. That was a very long-winded way of saying I need to put some stuff in my market boxes, and then the rest can go in my stock room. So let's do that. Can you hear that? It's one of my neighbours talking to their kids, teaching them the ways of life, how to not bump into each other. Lovely. Right, these can go away. Do you see how all of this stuff I've got to move out of the way of my this is my little mini stock room, which is a cupboard above the stairs. It's just a pain in the bum having to... Oh no. I don't think those kids listen to their dad. Sounds like they've bumped into each other. So yeah, it's just a lot of effort moving all of this stuff out of the way, putting all of my stuff back into here, only to have to get it all back out again and put it in a box. So I've got these 2 boxes down here, which you'll see in a second. And they're my market boxes. And then the rest of the stock goes in here, and then I can do stock checks from there to see what I need to order, which I do need to do. I don't know if we'll do it in this vlog, but because of cash flow, I don't have enough money at the moment to order new cards. But I do need to order some new cards just to keep this stock up. I don't need to say anymore. Stop talking, Emma. So, let me show you. This is the other Only Fools and Horses inspired card that I've got. So it's slightly different. The writing's not white. It's in the same font, but I thought they might sit nicely together on a shelf for any Only Fools and Horses fans that are out there. This is a really good seller, actually. So let's put those in there. Oh, we need to order some more of him. That one. I need some more cardboard dividers. Hang on, I did get some cardboard with the order. There we go. So that's all my paperwork finished, I think. Quite a nice little thing that happened is the Sheffield Maker Shop emailed me. So apparently one of the makers that the owner of the Sheffield Makers knows might be looking for some help with their social media as well. So I might potentially get some work off them too, which would be really helpful, because this cost of living crisis is, I mean, it is a crisis at the moment. It's starting to really get to me. I'm starting to have to borrow money from Andy, my partner, to solve the kind of cash flow gap. So while I'm waiting for money to come in, I basically don't have money in reserves at the moment because it's all been taken up on bills. Things are more expensive. I've had my car in the garage. It needed what I thought was just going to be its MOT, which was like £45. It needed a new suspension arm, so that's like £200. Like things like that, like just to take the wind out of my sails at the moment. And I need to start building up reserves. Talking about my car, I need to call them because they haven't contacted me yet. And I need to go and pick it up. But what I think I'm going to do first is have some lunch, because I didn't have any breakfast because we don't have any bread and we didn't have any milk because the milk had gone off. So I tried to have Rice Krispies with water. It was disgusting. So I had a banana. So all I've had today is a banana. So I might go and make myself a light pasta lunch and then come back to my to-do list. Oh, need to hang the washing out and then get some lunch. No, I don't. I obviously need to spin it again because my washing machine doesn't seem to get the water out the first time. Honestly, if that thing breaks, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm gonna have to go down to the river and wash my blinking wash in there because I can't afford a new washing machine. Luckily, there's a little bit of leftover olive bread, so I can have that for my lunch. It doesn't look much, but it's blinking delicious. I wish I'd known this when I was making watery Cocoa Pops, basically. So today's lunch was saved by olive bread and the letter hummus. Okay, excuse the noise, there is an ice cream van outside my house. In fact, I'm going to pause. Kids are screaming. Finally, some peace. So I've taken some videos of the new cards, put those on Instagram, and just emailed the other indie maker who was interested in potentially some help with their social media and all that kind of stuff. So that's sent. My car can't be collected until tomorrow, so at least that's one thing I don't have to do today. I'm going to have a little tidy up in here so it's less of a mess for me to come into tomorrow. Let me just check my list of things I need to do. Yeah, nothing urgent today. So I think I'm going to call that there. It's nearly 5 o'clock. Go and maybe do some gardening. I am happy about that prospect, honestly. Yeah, might go and do some gardening. Actually, there's some potatoes that need harvesting. Let's see if the slugs have got to them. too bad. So I've got a feeling you've got to leave new potatoes, or freshly dug potatoes, for their skins to harden slightly. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's the feeling I've got. So I'm going to go and put these on my garden table to dry. So that was nice. More potatoes than I thought, so that should save a tiny bit of money as well. They're just potatoes, if you don't know. They're the potatoes that were just going leggy in our cupboard. We bought them and we didn't eat them. So we decided to grow them in some potato bags, and it worked out well. I've got very muddy. Not very muddy. My hands are very muddy and I'm already a bit sweaty, and seeing as though I don't have to go and collect my car today, I'm going to go and have a shower and then make some dinner. State of me. Good morning, it's Tuesday today. I've got my mask on because we are getting our chimney swept and we've got the chimney sweep in the house. So for his protection of mine, we're wearing masks. So if you can hear something, that's what that is. So I just wanted to let you know what was going on and keep you in the loop. So I'll be back in touch when that's all done and I can take this mask off and we can talk properly. And I can wipe the sweat from my brow. So stay watching. See you in a minute. So, chimney sweep's just left. I was intending to film a little bit to you in my car as I've collected it from its MOT work, but the chimney sweep was a bit early, so I couldn't do that. So imagine I'm in my car right now. I think I might need to get rid of my car. I don't like thinking about it because that car was my dad's car. God, I'm sweaty. You see how hot it is? God. It's my dad's car and I got that car after he died. I don't want to get rid of it, but fuel costs, cost of living costs, I don't know if I can afford it anymore. So I've been playing with the idea of maybe getting a bike, but I am unfit and you might have noticed a little bit overweight. Then I was thinking I could maybe get an electric bike, but then that's another cost. So I've been weighing up the pros and cons. So the car is expensive. I've already paid the expensive bit now. I'm basically running to catch up with myself with all of my expenses at the moment. So a bike is an initial outlay. It's an initial spend. It's a lot of money. So electric bikes, especially, I'd have to get a foldable one because of the size of the house and the space that we've got. And they're like £2,000. But with a bike, you don't have to pay a yearly MOT. You don't have to pay, I mean, you obviously have to look after it, but you don't have to pay yearly insurance. You don't have to pay weekly fuel. So I'm going to have to crunch the numbers. I mean, maybe I can just sit on the car and not really use it and then get a bike and see how it goes. But to be fair, I don't really use the car anyway, and it's already costing me hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds a year. But it's got the emotional tie, you see, it's my dad's. So I don't know what to do. I mean, a bike would be definitely better for the planet, and I wouldn't have to worry about finding a parking space, but I would have to worry about cycling on Sheffield's roads. Oh yeah, it's just like, I haven't ridden a bike probably, the last time I rode a bike was over 10 years ago. Well, I can do it. I'd need some kind of training to get proficient on cycling on the roads confidently. I don't know, lots to think about. Part of me is quite excited by the idea of getting a bike and not being reliant on a car to get around, because, you know, like, it's only really the last 15... Just a minute, darling, I'm filming. She's rolling. It's only really the last 15 years that I've been reliant on the car for everywhere I go. Like, when I was a student, I used to just walk everywhere. Like, I used to walk, like, I don't know how many miles it would be, from my student accommodation to my lectures. I'd have like an hour break in between my lectures. So I would walk home, have a quick lunch and walk back again, and I wouldn't think anything of it. You know, I'd go and meet friends at a pub at the other side of York. I went to uni in York. And we would just walk there. We wouldn't think about getting a taxi or a bus or anything. It was just you'd walk. And I was so much fitter. So in many ways, I'm quite excited by the prospect of maybe getting a bit fitter again. But then there's all the scary things like riding on city roads and all the hills in Sheffield, which wouldn't be too much of a problem with an electric bike. So anyway, I've started a saving space in my bank account. It'll probably take me 5,000 years to get there, but I've set the intention of saving for a bike, and then I've got the option. So let me know your comments. If you're a cyclist and you've switched from bikes, if you're a cyclist and you've switched from cars, let me know in the comments. Like, give me some tips and advice, because I really don't know what to do, guys. Good morning. It's Wednesday now, and I'm sitting here. I've been up since like early times because we're waiting for a log delivery. So this winter we're going to try and use our stove as much as possible for heating instead of the boiler, which, I mean, who knows what the fuel prices are going to be like. If you don't know, or if you're watching this in the mega future,
it's 2022 and it's the winter of 2022 coming up, and there's a cost of living crisis and fuel prices are set to be like mega high unless something drastic changes.
So we figured we'd get some wood, and at least that's a cost that we can control. So we're aware of what that cost is. Whereas like using fuel in the winter, I mean, who knows what it's actually going to end up costing by the end of the winter. So that's exciting. It'd be nice to get that done. So hopefully they'll arrive soon and I can start shipping all of that into the back. But I'm just sitting here with Rolly. He's snoozing. And we've got the window open and we're just listening out for a tipper truck. At least it's not raining. It's a lovely day outside. And look at all my freckles. Didn't realise they were quite so freckly. Au naturel. None of this sprayed on freckle stuff. Genuine skin damage.
Approximately 10 hours later.
The logs, which I said was going to come this morning, something happened with their van and they're going to have to deliver later. So I've been sitting around just waiting for them, and it's nearly 2:30 now. So I figured, because I need to edit a video today, I'm going to show you the little bit of work that I've been working on for one of my other markets. So let me just show you. So I have made these. I'm just going to print them out and test them. But as some of you will know, I've got a Teemill shop where I make clothing. It's ethical clothing printed on organic cotton that's been ethically farmed. They send it plastic free. It's all kind of fulfilled by Teemill. So I have nothing to do with the fulfillment process. So I upload my designs and put them on the website and they fulfill them for me. So if that's something that you're interested in, so the Teemill store, so if you want to set up your own clothing shop, your own clothing brand, and you want to do it ethically, I have made a video all about it. So I'll try and pop the link somewhere here. If not, it'll be in the description. I'll pop it in the description below and that will tell you all about how to do it. But I thought these little things would be good for when I do markets. So rather than having one of each of these t-shirts ordered, I can have a small selection of like samples. So I've got some tote bags at the moment that I've ordered from them, have those for sale, and then have a little kind of booklet that hangs on the end of the rack. And if people want to buy it, there's a little QR code and you can scan it on your phone and buy it. So I'm going to print those out now and just see what they look like. So there they are, and I think they're gorgeous. They're going to be really handy at markets, so people know that I offer more than maybe I have at the moment. So I'm going to get on and finish printing these. And if you don't know how they work, I'm sure a lot of people know how QR codes work, but in case you don't, all you'd need to do is get your phone out, open up the camera, show this to the camera, and a little link will show up underneath it that you can then press, and it will take you to the page that this t-shirt's on, so you can have a little look at it, and if you want to, you'll be able to buy it. So I'm going to get on and finish those, and then that's another thing off my list, and hopefully by then this will be full of bags of logs. So the ink's running out, but it's good timing because the logs are here. So I'm going to set you up and do a little time-lapse outro, but I'm going to leave this video here. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It really does help me try and beat the YouTube algorithm and help me reach more people. But until next week, bye.